In the bustling city of Brightville, where tall skyscrapers kissed the sky and cars honked endlessly, there lived a small but determined boy named Oliver. Oliver was known far and wide as the littlest detective because he possessed an extraordinary talent for solving mysteries. From a young age, Oliver had a knack for noticing the tiniest details that others often overlooked. He could spot a ladybug's misplaced spot or a missing puzzle piece from a mile away. But what he loved most was solving mysteries, no matter how big or small. One sunny morning, as Oliver was enjoying his breakfast cereal, he heard a loud commotion coming from the park across the street. Rushing to the window, he saw people gathered around the park's famous statue of a jolly clown, Mr. Giggles. The statue was missing its red nose. Oliver's eyes sparkled with excitement. He knew this was a job for the littlest detective. Without wasting a moment, he grabbed his magnifying glass, put on his favorite detective hat, and dashed out the door. At the park, Oliver examined the scene with a keen eye. He noticed footprints leading away from the statue and crumbs of a peculiar orange powder nearby. Oliver knew he was dealing with a tricky case, but he was determined to solve it. As he followed the trail of footprints, Oliver couldn't help but notice that they were unusually small. He thought, these footprints are much too tiny for a grown-up. Maybe it was a mischievous child. The footprints led Oliver to the local bakery, where the aroma of freshly baked pastries filled the air. The friendly baker, Mrs. O'Malley, greeted him. "Hello, Oliver. What brings you here today?" Oliver showed her the crumbs of orange powder and asked, "Have you seen anyone with orange powder like this?" Mrs. O'Malley furrowed her brows. "Oh, that's saffron, a rare spice I use for my special cinnamon buns. Only a few people buy them, and one of them is Mrs. Potts, who lives just down the street." Oliver thanked Mrs. O'Malley and headed to Mrs. Potts' house. When he knocked on the door, a kind, elderly lady answered. She had flour on her hands and a twinkle in her eye. "Hello, dear. How can I help you today?" Mrs. Potts asked. Oliver showed her the saffron crumbs and asked, "Have you been to the park today?" Mrs. Potts chuckled. "Oh, no, dear. I've been baking all morning." "Why do you ask?" Oliver thanked her and returned to the park. He inspected the area once more and then noticed something gleaming beneath a nearby bush. It was the missing red nose of Mr. Giggles the clown. Oliver carefully picked it up and realized it had small teeth marks on it. With the nose in hand, Oliver decided to visit the local pet shop. The shopkeeper, Mr. Higgins, was a friendly man who knew every pet in the neighborhood. "Hello, Oliver. What brings you here?" Mr. Higgins greeted him. Oliver showed him the red nose with the teeth marks. "Have you seen any pets with teeth marks like these?" Mr. Higgins examined the nose closely and then smiled. "Ah, yes. I remember selling a new toy to Mrs. Miller for her pet hamster, Whiskers." Oliver thanked Mr. Higgins and went to visit Mrs. Miller. She was a kind lady who adored her pet hamster, Whiskers. "Hello, Oliver. What can I do for you?" she asked. Oliver showed her the red nose and said, "Have you seen Whiskers today?" Mrs. Miller looked surprised. "Why, yes. Whiskers was playing in the garden earlier, but he's back in his cage now." Oliver asked if he could see Whiskers, and sure enough, the little hamster had a red nose tucked away in his bedding. Oliver couldn't help but smile. He had solved the mystery of the missing red nose. It turned out that Whiskers, the mischievous hamster, had taken a liking to the shiny red nose and decided to borrow it for a while. Back at the park, Oliver returned the red nose to Mr. Giggles the clown statue, and the crowd that had gathered cheered with joy. The town celebrated Oliver's detective skills, and he received a special award from the mayor for his dedication and quick thinking. From that day on, Oliver was known as the littlest detective in Brightville, and he continued to solve mysteries, both big and small, with his sharp mind and keen eye for detail. His adventures were proof that even the littlest among us could achieve great things with determination, curiosity, and a touch of imagination.